Gulping, I slowly edge open my front door, peering down both ends of the street. Okay. My ears perk up as I pick up the rumble of an engine drawing closer. I wave where I am, ready to retreat into the house at any moment. As if on cue, the recognizable paint job of a taxi rounds the corner at high speed, pulling up in front of us. I offer a shaky wave to the cabbie before pulling open the back door and clambering in. Natsuki follows, setting her school bag down and yanking the door shut behind her. We set off. The bell rings harshly, signaling our lunch break. I spring out of my car, but stop myself. My car. I'm still with cars, I guess. I spring out of my chair, but stop myself from immediately jetting out of the classroom. I can't make myself noticeable. Following the crowd through the maze of hallways, I come to a grinding halt at the stairway. Oh, wait. The script was probably written... at least I would assume that you write a script before you program the game, so they probably had the script before the Plus version released, but when the Plus version released, they did have the backgrounds for it, but they didn't try to change the script because it would take a lot of effort to now adjust it again. As students trickle past me, I come closer to the display that caught my attention. Soccer tryouts, blah blah, but lined along the bottom of the display are tens of copies of leaflets. Picking one up, I confirm my suspicion. It's a flyer for the clubs. Skimming through, I notice the lines of the debate club, the chess club, the soccer club, hell, even the anime club, and among them the literature club. After letting the literature club screw itself up, maybe I can... well, maybe not fix things, but offer them a nice alternative. Folding the leaflet up, I dump it in my bag before dipping out of the door and into the courtyard. It's packed with students, taking up all the benches, except one. Quick to snatch up the last spot, I make a beeline for the bench directly in front of the gushing fountain. Planting myself down, I dig through my bag looking for something to eat. And I find that in my hassle earlier I forgot to pack lunch. Crap. Consider just biding my time wandering the halls or hiding in the bathroom, but I'm not too keen on losing my spot here. Hallways. Bathroom. Good job! Natsuki's remark is enough to make me flinch to the side, giving her space to sit beside me. More threatening music. I made it too loud again. Give me a second. Did I make it loud again? Oh. Hey. Didn't know you ate out here. Yeah. She pulls a mass of tinfoil out of her bag. Where's your food? I usually make my own. Forgot. Shame. Don't usually get me from the canteen. I have money station. What do you think? Sorry, give me a second. Acutely aware of her temporary speech impediment, she finishes her mouthful before continuing. It's weird to think that today we're going straight home. No club, no stupid poems or whatever. Yeah. I mean, there have been an end of the day situation for me while we're still back home. No how's feeding the others? Hey, where's the van? You in there? Yeah, sorry. What's up with you? Are you good? Because you don't seem good. Natsuki, I'm fine. Listen, if you're so mad about yesterday, I get that. But can you at least tell me? I don't know what you're on about that. I'm fine. If you say so. She gives up, returning to her sandwich. It would probably be good to trust her. And I get that he doesn't want to tell her about that he saw her father, but this is something he should tell her. This affects Natsuki more than him, to a certain degree too. It affects them both, but her probably even more. And she deserves to know. And for you both to try and figure out a way together, instead of you just trying to figure it out by yourself without knowing what Natsuki really wants, needs. That reminds me, I didn't save the picture. I was too caught up in the moment. That hugging picture, I didn't save it. Well, it's gonna be fine. So she gives up, returning to her sandwich. Noticing Natsuki rummage through her bag, I watch as she pulls out a pack of salt and vinegar crisps. Come on, eat something. Oh, thanks. I relieve them from her and tear the pack open. They're very strong. Not quite my taste, but I won't complain about free food. I just want to get back to class. As much as I want to spend time with her, I know I'm exposed here. I quickly demolish the chips. Natsuki wipes her mouth with her sleeve, crumbling up the tinfoil and tossing it back into her bag. Come on. Next class. Bell? Finally. I rise from my seat, ready to go. Only 3 lessons left. Then a cab home. But how can I rationalize it to her? 2 taxi journeys in one day? Crap. You should just try telling her and try to figure out a way together. I get you're scared she's going to leave and go back to her abusive household. But she deserves... It's a complicated situation, but she deserves to know. Natsuki pulls me out of my trance with a quick kiss. Vinegary. Well, I'll see you later. I'll meet you at the gate. We'll meet at the gate, okay? Yeah. See ya. By the way, it's a new day for me. And so I hope my throat is a little bit better. It feels better. I hope if I struggle with the voices the last time that it's better now. She slings the back of her shoulder before taking off. Okay, back to class. What's next? Social studies. The fact that I can hardly keep up with social studies is telling. With social studies, of all things. At this rate, I'm wasting both my own and the teacher's time by being here. Eager for the lesson to end, I bide my time by scribbling meaningless garbage in my notebook. Soon enough, the bell rings, finally signaling the end of the day. This time, I bolt straight out of the classroom. Kendra's comes seeing her. Half running through the corridor, I make my way to the front entrance and burst through the door. Not only am I one of the first students out, but Natsuki is nowhere in sight. I'm early. Waiting at the gate, I'm immediately aware of how exposed I am. He could easily spot me from a mile away. But he doesn't know me. He drove right past Sayori and I without a second thought. Though, if he sees me with Natsuki, I gulp. Eventually, students slowly begin trickling out of doorways. How late is everyone else? After fiddling with what feels like every pocket and thing I have on me, I check my watch. It's only been 2 minutes. It felt like an hour. In the sea of people, a familiar face sticks out. Hey! Hey. Good to go? Bit of a rush, though. Huh? What's up? I need an excuse. Think I left the door unlocked. Oh, crap. Yeah, let's go. The two of us quickly depart. Reach out to Natsuki, offering my hand to her. She takes my hand in hers. Need to get home quickly. It's only 10 minutes, I tell myself. It's early afternoon, I tell myself. You should still be in work by now, I tell myself. Calm down. Just get there. A to B. Home safe. Just get there. I pull us into a nearby alleyway. She won't think much of it. This is what we normally do. I need to talk normal. I am normal. Just gotta strike up a conversation. Hey, Natsuki. Since the literature club's kind of disbanded, have you given any thought to other clubs? That's one block. Oh, no. Why? Have you got one in mind? Wait. Not really. But I did pick up a little leaflet if you want to look through when we're back. It was about 5 p.m. when I saw his car parked outside the house. It's 3 o'clock now. Oh god, for all I know, he could be on his way from work any second. Sounds good. I don't know how easy it'd be to just something other than writing poems. It's just a bit like cheating, you know? My eyes dart around in my school, watching every corner we pass. Only a couple blocks to go now. I hear the distant rumble of an engine from a few blocks away. Sure. But before long, it dissipates. I don't really focus on Natsuki. Be normal. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Something's on your mind. How about your dad is gonna fucking kill us? Nah, it just happens sometimes. No wonder she doesn't feel listened to. Finally, home stretch. Still holding Natsuki's hand in mine, I nearly break into a run. However, she's caught off guard and nearly falls. Whoa! Hey, careful! Yeah, sorry. A mixture of nerves and tiredness from the brief run have my hand shaking as I begin riffling through my pockets. It doesn't even occur to me to act like the door may be unlocked. Just gotta find the damn key. There! Opening up, I usher Natsuki in before slamming the door behind me. We're home. We're safe. Natsuki dumps her school bag on the floor. The door has collapsed. This is even worse. Before disappearing into the kitchen. I grab the TV remote, switching it on in an effort to calm myself with background noise. It defaults to movie reruns. Check the window. Nothing. Before I know it, she's back with a glass of water. Drink. Huh? She sighs. I haven't seen you drink anything today, and I'm a little worried. Something's clearly bothering you, and if you won't tell me, the least you can do is look after yourself. Oh yeah, thanks. I guess I just haven't really been paying attention. Yeah. No, come on. She nudges me. Double check the window. I take a sip to elevate her worries. Good. So, you said something about a leaflet earlier for clubs. Yeah, keep checking. I don't know, I guess I thought maybe we could, fill the void that the literature club left. Could be nice. I hope so. I began riffling through my school bag, looking for the leaflet I'd collected earlier on. Maybe I could consider the anime club, probably. Knocking. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Why isn't Natsuki staying put? What if it's... Hey! Oh. Hello, Natsuki. Hey guys, Yuri? Of course, I forgot. Should have kept in mind that Yuri was coming around. Should have told Natsuki that they'd both be here. Approached the door, making my presence known. Hi. Ben! The front door wide open like this. Do you guys want to come inside? Sure! Yuri, are you coming? Okay. I stand there as Sayuri and Yuri pile in. I nearly slammed the door shut, but slow it down at the last second. Sayuri makes a dash straight for the couch, while Yuri awkwardly loiters around near the door, likely waiting to be offered a seat. And has anybody told Monica thus far that she should just consider the way she's behaving, how the way she's behaving actually affects Sayuri? Has anybody told her about that aside from Natsuki by yelling at her? That's a question I feel like is valid. Oh, right for that line. Sure enough, Natsuki's the one to offer up her spot. Yuri, you can sit down, you know. Oh, thank you. She seats herself next to Sayuri. Natsuki gets to the chairs opposite the couch, beckoning me over. So, what's the occasion? Ben didn't tell you? My eyes avert Natsuki's. Regardless, I feel both girls giving me a stern look. Well... Sayuri takes a deep breath. Yesterday, Yuri offered me to help out with studying because, well, I get pretty distracted sometimes. I was gonna go to hers first, but her parents didn't really like the short notice, so... Anyway, I thought, hey, why don't we make this a proper thing with Ben and Natsuki? Only if you two wanted to, of course. Oh yeah, obviously. I just thought it might make it look. I just thought it might make it more fun. What? And we all definitely need to catch up. Aside from Yuri, Yuri is probably doing quite well in school right now. Yeah, exactly. Except Yuri. She gave so on top of her work. It makes me a little dizzy. Oh, Sayuri, I'm not that far away ahead. It's just important that I prepare myself for the future. And the test on Friday. Yeesh. We've got a test. Ugh. So, are you guys up for it? Find it hard to imagine that at the moment I'd be able to focus on studying of all things. But at any rate, I might as well try. Who knows? It might take my mind off the whole situation for a while. Sure. Natsuki? She takes a second. Yeah, okay, I'm in. Can't hurt. So, algebra, right? That's right. I should probably go get my textbooks and stuff then. We've got... Don't worry, you guys can go ahead. I'll be right back. I quickly take my leave, heading upstairs. In my room, I dig around through yesterday's textbooks on the desk. Advanced algebraic equations. Fun. I think I know maybe half of those words. As I'm about to leave, Natsuki appears at my door. Hey, Ben. Yeah? You're gonna be okay. I can clear them out of... No, it's alright. We probably should study anyway. It's not like we've really had much of a chance to catch up, especially with the day we missed. Plus, there's the test. I guess so. Come on, we should go join them. She nods in agreement, leading the charge back downstairs. Entering the room, I see books strewn across the floor. Sarah and you appear over them, muttering back and forth towards each other. Looks like they got a head start on us. Okay, I've got our stuff. Looking back through the windows one last time for good measure, I decided it's time to try and put my mind at rest. It'll be okay. Just study. Aside from the scratching of pencils upon notebooks, the room has an overwhelming awkward silence to it. None of us have really studied with each other before. Anxious to speak up, I guess. I slam my pencil down in exasperation. It's a silence that I'm going to have to break. Because I'm jumping out of a window otherwise. Okay, am I going insane, or are you guys having trouble with question 5 too? Suddenly all eyes are on me, make me flinch slightly before calming. Sayuri and Natsuki signed raise up their hands somewhat. Yuri after a moment nods. This has to be a misprint. It doesn't even make any sense. I'm at a loss. Yuri doesn't know? Screw this, I'm googling it. She snatches my phone off me. Hey! Shut it! Sayuri stifles a giggle, but is quickly replaced with another sound of silence as we wait for the answer. After a moment, Yuri speaks up. So, Natsuki, I didn't expect to see you here, as in living here. Oh yeah, we're together. It's a thing. She looks tempted to throw in preemptive shut up too, but holds off. Good. Right. Congratulations, you two. Yeah, it's exciting. Thanks. Where were we? The answer? Yeah. Speaking of, Nat, looking pleased with herself, shows us the solution. Literally, how? Whatever, that's what I think too. Math. It's not my subject. There were some things I was good at. How is it called in English? It's like when you, try to figure out like chances of something happening. Like, what is chances you pull 3 out of 3 green, I don't know, balls out of a sack with 7 balls, and there are like 2 other red ones, and and so on. Like, those were things I was quite good at, actually. But algebra... Wait a second, I'm googling it again to make sure. Shows how much I know about math. There were some things. The beginning was good, okay. I wasn't too sure if I was thinking the right thing. I wasn't. I completely forgot what it was. Even though it's not really that much of a different name in German, so that's embarrassing. Anyway. I don't normally advocating the easy way out, but how else did they expect us to solve this? I go and write down the answer as pictured. All good to move on? I am! Yes. Nalski nods and hands me my phone back. I peer with the textbook, resuming my note-taking. Some girl just studying, and one dude in the middle. Is it late? Several notebook pages of notes later, I stretch my arms out. It's about as torturous as one could expect maths to be, but it's something to focus on. To try and forget. Interrupting my train of thought, Sarah lets out a long, drawn-out yawn. All this studying isn't as exciting as you thought it'd be, huh? Hey, I'm enjoying it. I'm just getting a little worn out. You enjoy math? Yeah, so? Psychopath. She sticks out her tongue at Ned. Oh, that's... Although that's really not a accurate diagnosis. I like the feeling of completing a puzzle in my head. Though it is getting really tiring. In which case it might be wise to take a short break. Yeah, I can go see if we've got any snacks around. Oh, yes, please. I've got some coffee, some hot chocolate, and a packet of two of green tea lying around, I think. Any of you want some? Could I get some hot chocolate, please? The tea for me, if it's not a bother. Not at all. Natsuki? Natsuki, entrenched in her textbook, is brought back to the real world. Oh, huh? Hot chocolate? Oh, yeah, sure. Alright. 2 hot chocolates, a tea, and a coffee, coming right up. Leaving them to the small talk, I enter the kitchen and reach for the kettle. I pick it up, approximating how full it is by weight. Deeming it enough, I set it back down and flick the switch. The kettle comes to life, the deep rumbling slowly intensifying. Reaching to the cupboard, I grab 3 generic mugs alongside the cat-eared one. I grab the instant coffee and begin preparing my own drink. As I begin my search for the tea packet, Sayori shows up. Hey, need any help with the drinks? Oh, sure. So, I did say I'd check up on you. How are you feeling? Do you really want to know? She nods. Well, the good news is I managed to clear everything up with Natsuki. Hey, that's something! The bad news is I'm terrified. I'm sure you figured that out already, but... I'm sorry, Ben. Not your fault. It's just... This morning I got us a taxi to avoid the walk to school. And the way back... God, I felt like my heart was gonna explode. I only even went to school because I didn't want to tell her. For the proper response ready, Sayori is left stammering. But we'll manage. And hey, the study thing, it's helping me take my mind off it. So thanks. Ben, you can't hide this from her forever, you know? It'll be a tough conversation, but she has to know. It's really not right to keep something this important from her. I get the concern, but could we talk about this another time? Yeah, I guess. Sorry, Sayori, it's just... No, I understand. Don't worry about it, okay? Okay. The kettle's hiss takes me back to the drinks. Sorry, could you grab 2 of the little hot chocolate packets? Top cupboard. Sure thing. She takes us around in one of the upper cupboards before we before recovering the pack of hot chocolate sachets and passing it to me. Thanks. Tearing each sachet open with my teeth, I dumped them into the other cups before turning to my coffee. Taking the kettle, I slowly poured the boiling water into each of the mugs before gently stirring each pot with a spoon. Sayori grabs 2 of the mugs while I'll take the other 2, and together we bring them all back to the living room. Thank you, Ben. Thanks. Don't worry about it. We all drink and sing. He appears around the living room, taking in whatever it is that's so interesting about it. Soon after, she speaks up. I like your house, Ben. The decor is very... Ew. It's a potted plant. It's a pretty basic, and I guess he is a fairly average guy. Nothing too really special about him. Thanks. I wish I was the one with the great taste, but this was all my parents doing. Well, apart from the mess, that's all him. Thanks. Anytime. It seems nobody wants to talk about the elephant in the room. That will have to happen eventually. It'd be better to rip the bandage off now. So, earlier, Natsuki and I were discussing options for other clubs. Sayo and Yuri both turned my way. All eyes are on me. And, I figured maybe you guys would want to take part in that. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'd fit in as well elsewhere. Well, there's a lot on offer. I grabbed the leaflet from my back and began poring over it. Natsuki snatches it out of my hands once I finished it and skims over it, before handing it over to Sayori. She then sends it to Yuri. And before long, it makes its way back to me. Don't see anything you like? Not really. It's just not the same. Really? I mean, there's the baking club, the jazz team, the debate club. I could never. Yuri, with her thoughts slipping out, elaborates. The debating seems a little intense for me. I could probably put together a solid argument, but actually getting it out there in a clear and concise way. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I have a point in my head. I know why I have that point, but I can't speak very well. And no, it's not just the English, it's in German as well. I can't speak properly. I keep stammering and I keep wanting to elaborate more to the point where I keep repeating myself because I want to make clear, it's not that, it's that, but it's not that, got it, it's that. And that would not look good in a debate, really. Because if I try to think of something spontaneously, I really just keep repeating myself, trying to make my point as well. That's why for some videos I always have a script. I at the very least have notes when it comes to like videos where I tried to just talk, not like really play anything. I don't know if any of them will be out by the time I upload this. But for those I usually have actual texts because I know I will struggle with speaking otherwise. As you know, like at the ends of the mods, I keep repeating myself or trying to review them, and I keep using It's just been 2 mods thus far, but while editing, I noticed how often it happens. I wouldn't be surprised if it annoys some people. I have hopes that maybe this will help me work on it. Like, speaking more, giving more of my opinion in a perhaps even public setting, like here. And there are some things I've already noted down for myself because like I said, it's another day. And I've already noted some things down from what I've, from the parts I've played yesterday to make sure I can speak them properly. And even then, while making some of these videos, even though I'm reading them, I keep stuttering It's a real problem with me. Yeah, I feel like Sayori is actually quite good at it. Okay, maybe the other clubs aren't such a good idea. I don't like keeping myself away from the literature club, but I don't know if I'd feel well. But I don't know if I'd feel well there unless Monica. Well, then you should communicate with Monica. I feel like you will be good at it. That's how to appropriately treat someone with a mental illness. No offense. Despite the bluntness of her statement, Sayori seems unfazed. I guess. Perhaps in due time, Monica may come to her senses on her own. I doubt it, seeing how she acted during the party. That kind of attitude, it's ingrained. She's gonna need a real talking to, but none of you seem open to really wanting to do it without being overly aggressive. I don't want to lose my temper again. Exactly, it's the problem. She shoots me a guilty look. I know. I just wanted to get it. Well, have you talked to her since? It's probably best to just put into words how you feel. I should probably step up to the plate. It's the least I can do to repay Sayori. And I don't think Natsuki would forgive me if I didn't. Maybe I could talk to her for you? Ben, that's really nice of you. But I feel like if anyone could explain it best to her, it'd be me. Probably, yeah. Oh, alright. I really do appreciate the gesture, though. I nod. It's just a bit touchy right now. Yeah, maybe you need to give some time. There are some people like it resolved immediately, and some who need to push it away first, or some who don't want to address it at all. I have like 2 friend groups I could put it, and 1 friend group there aren't that many people. And a few friends who don't know anything really about the other friends. Aren't in a particular group. And in one portion there's always communication issues because both of them deal with conflict differently and they have a different way of expressing themselves. And the problem is that I don't feel like I should be talking about it. But it's just it seems like they both would get along if they would be able to express themselves in a way that the other would understand, but you can't just expect both people to completely change the way they speak for the other person, of course. But I feel like there should be a way for it to not always break out in conflict immediately, because that keeps happening. I will do it. Soon. Pinky promise. I don't want the club to stay out of action. None of us do. Nats and Yuri both quietly nod in agreement. So, before I can awkwardly change the subject again, Yuri appears to check her phone. She glances at us with a guilty expression. Oh goodness, I hadn't even realized the time. She begins organizing her books, sweeping them all into a pile on the floor. Ben, Natsuki, Sayori, this was nice, but I really must be going now. Oh, alright. Your mom wants you home? Yes. Why does only Natsuki have a dad? The others all have moms. I forgot we were having family over for dinner tonight. Zipping her bag up, she rushes over to the door. Want me to walk you there? Oh, thank you. Sayori slips her shoes on, catching up to Yuri, who's already halfway out. I guess I'll talk to you two later? Yeah, see you guys later. Oh, and Ben, thank you again for having us all over. Happy to accommodate. I flash a smile their way. They take their leave, their voice fading as they disappear down the street, and the door slowly creaks shut. I quickly reach over and pull the door the rest of the way. Well, that was nice. The math sucked, but it was nice seeing them having fun. Yeah. What about you? You know what I'm with like, anything academic. But yeah, no, I had fun. I think we both needed the company. Yeah. Maybe I'm worrying too much, but you just seemed a little off. No offense, but you've been weird all through today. Well, you know what this morning was like. I guess it's still catching up to me. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose. Well, either way, I trust you. An awkward silence. Hmm. Poor Natsuki. I'm gonna go get changed, okay? Yeah, okay. Natsuki departs the stairs creaking as she climbs them. My mind swirls, attempting to process the day's events. But even as my head is about to explode, I can't help but think back to the literature club through everything. Things had just ended so abruptly yesterday. It's hard to think that yesterday was our last club meeting, possibly ever. It feels almost surreal. Given nobody was keen on any of the alternative clubs, it seems like Natsuki and I are on our own. No support group, no safe haven, no police. Just me, her, and Sayori next door. It's us against the world. Oh, and the psychopath who may well be hunting us down. I reflexively peer out of the window. Nothing suspicious. Cleaning up after Sayori and Yuri, I grab the club leaflet and contemplate crumbling it up and throwing it in the trash. Have I instead decided to hold onto it just in case? I grab my bag and stuff it in, next to my geography textbook, and I'm assuming this is DMC's poem. Long poem. The Shimmer. I've never have had a reason to peer much past my door. I had food, water, a bed. What else did I need? Though this room is pitch black, I'm content, happy somewhat. My eyes adjusted over time to see only what I meant to. I woke up sometime later and I saw a light under the doorframe. My eyes burned and away I turned, but there it stayed, annoyingly. Soon after, I looked at it again, but this time it didn't burn as bad. It was warm and inviting somehow, beckoning me to discover more. At first, I resisted the thought. Why waste time, I said. Why bother when all this is enough for me for now? But the light heated up the floor, and I found myself envious, because now I see that my room gets really cold when I sleep. I give in finally and pull the door open without a sound, and I'm flooded by burning lights and colors I've never seen before. Outside is a hallway that seems to stretch on forever and ever. Doors like mine open and closed, lights bright, off, flickering. The door opposite mine is open. It is filled with magnificent colors, the likes of which I've never seen. A picture of blues, greens, purples, and pinks. Inside this room were empty jars, and I took one for myself, and I caught myself a little color, pink and white and shining bright. My door is half closed now, because sometimes I like the shadows and dark and the silence it offers. But when it gets cold as I sleep, the pink light shines across the room and shows me the colors inside here that I was missing the whole time. Okay. The structure is simple. I feel like it's a good poem to also show that he is inspired by Natsuki's poems, because it's a simple poem. You can get the meaning. It jumps out at you. It doesn't use too complex words. At least not that I think could be too. I don't think it's really any complex words. And yeah, the meaning jumps out at you. I don't think there's any point in trying to analyze it too much, because there are probably things in structure maybe you could analyze. Because even if, like, not the verses. Each of these parts, these paragraphs, I forgot the name. I once forgot it already during my DLC playthrough, that I remembered and was like, I was stupid not to remember. Now I can't remember it anymore. Anyway. There might be some structural things to analyze. But meaning-wise, I think it's pretty clear what it's about. Like, I was wondering for a moment, if the room maybe was going to just be like Natsuki's room. But it was like the literature club instead. Well, with hindsight, it's pretty bad. I don't think so. It's very simple, and from what I could tell in one glance, it wasn't really like, there wasn't anything specially done with the rhythm or rhymes or stuff. But that doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. And long. Way too long. You don't want to see my first poem. Actually, my first poem that I really wanted to write after playing the DLC, it's a story. It's not a poem. I later on got better at writing poems, but at the beginning I was writing stories, short stories. I didn't even really put much effort into like versing them. But looking for anything at all to take my mind off him, as Natsuki makes her way downstairs, I decide to float a long since forgotten plan. Oh. Would you look at this? I found my poem. The one we wrote for the club on Friday. Oh, yeah, I remember. Well, we never get to read each other's poems, like we planned. Natsuki begins looking through her own bag. You sure you want to? Hey, it can't hurt too much to read them anyway. Even if it's just for the constructive criticism. She shrugs. Sure. We both stand up for a moment, but Natsuki becomes restless. You gonna give it over then? Oh, yeah. I hand my poem over to her. In return, she thrusts her poem into my hands. Oh, soft music. Dollhouse. I remember my toys from when I was small. A kitty cat, a horse, a plush, and a house for a doll. The house was really weird. It had these closable walls, so you could make a perfect home for all your perfect dolls. You could have a family within the house's walls, a perfect little home of perfect little dolls. But when you put them away and close up the walls, would they remain as they were, as perfect little dolls? Would they love? Would they cry? Would they try? Would they scream? Would they cry? Behind plastic smiles, would anyone know the difference? So yeah, also a bit simple, you can also get the meaning. I'm currently trying to see if there's a reason why they used walls and walls here, or if it was just because it didn't use small and small again. Here it's about that the dolls are perfect, and here it's questioning if they're perfect. Maybe there is something in this. And there was a rhyme here. I said cry here before before it was cry. I feel like it fits Natsuki's style, but I feel like maybe there could have been a bit more. Actually, it depends. Not the beach poem. I feel like of all the poems, Amy Likes Spiders also did not have that many like specific changes in rhythm or rhymes for a specific purpose. There you go. And so it's not of character. I think someone's outside the door. I live with people. I think they're going somewhere. Oh right, I think they told me they're going somewhere. No, I think it's a good poem to also in like Natsuki's style. The perfect little dolls. Repeat it here over and over. So I feel like it's also good on a Natsuki level of star writing. And the meaning is simple, and I'm pretty sure we can get what it means, especially in the context of this mod. But it could also work without the context of the mod, of course. Natsuki. She turns to me, eyebrow raised before resuming reading. That was really... Shh. Sorry, just a sec. Nodding, I give it the time to finish reading my poem. I watch with bated breath as Natsuki's eyes scan the page. I hope she likes it. I can barely contain my own thoughts on hers. As she lowers the poem to face me, we both share a look. Wow. We're just staring at Jinx, we both chuckle a bit. Somehow she refrains from calling it and socking me in the arm. A few anxious seconds pass, us both trading looks to figure out who goes first. Natsuki wins. I really like that. I'm caught by surprise. Wasn't it a bit too much? Huh? Since when was that a problem? I mean, maybe it was a bit headlong, but I don't think it mattered. Huh. I just thought, what with you and Yuri's conflicting styles. Ben, I was talking about being needlessly wordy. I don't have a problem with something being long unless it's done for the sake of it, or to look smarter than it is. I just think... I don't know, I think the story called for it. Yeah, sometimes there are just times when the poems need to be long. I tended to write my poems a bit too long, so I've actually given myself like a small notebook where the pages don't have too many lines, so I have to try and work a little bit on maybe trying to write a bit shorter poems too. I managed to write a few poems that were only 4 verses long, 4 lines. 4 lines. It was verses, wasn't it? Shit. Right, I think in English verses were these little paragraphs, and in German verse, like, there's a similar word, and it's the word for the lines, actually. And for some reason I confused English and German there in verses, and oh god. Anyway. I suppose, I shrug, maybe it wasn't that big a problem after all. And speaking of the story, without warning, she lays the shimmer down on the coffee table before launching into a hug. Taken aback, I initially jump a little, but quickly ease into it. She lowers her voice to a whisper. You're so sweet, Ben. And, man, you were gonna show this to the club? It really means a lot to me. So, thanks. I'm happy to. It's no problem. When she has to respond, I grin back. I'm grinning. Now, where to begin with Dollhouse? I run the words through my head carefully. I hope this isn't too sensitive. Were you really gonna show Dollhouse to the club? Natsuki balks for a moment before answering. I wasn't. It was very much it was for your eyes only. I thought as much. Seems very blatant. Yeah, blatant. I could never give them something that obvious. I can't have them knowing. Well, maybe it's just obvious to me because I know what I know. You can, like, it's very simple. Even without the context, you could know that something is going on, especially with the perfect family line. You are inclined to think it might be a family problem too. So even without the context, I feel like people would be able to grasp what this could be about. Although I've watched like a lot of DDC Let's Plays, and some people still don't understand what Amy Likes Spiders is about, even though Natsuki explains it right afterwards. So, I don't know, for some people it might have been a bit difficult to understand. I'm sorry, Ben, but I'd never risk it. No, I wrote something a little more digestible for the club. Well, am I allowed to see it? You know, just to be constructive and stuff. Natsuki scratches the back of her neck awkwardly. I ripped it up in Monica's face. Did you really have to hammer home that point that for hard? Knowing where this leads, I second guess bringing it up. In fact, maybe it's better we don't go there. Yeah, thanks. We take a second to look each other back and forth. Natsuki lunges forward and plants a kiss on my cheek before reaching for the TV remote and flicking through channels. Well, I'm beat. That mouth really did a number on me. I'm gonna find us something nice and stupid to watch. Get the light, would ya? Sure. Risking to my feet. I'm risking my feet for this walk to the light switch. Wall switch, in this case. Rising to my feet, I make my way to the wall switch and flick it off, leaving only the illumination of the TV. I collapse back into the sofa. Natsuki follows. I won't forget this picture. She pouts as dozens of different programs flicker across the TV. There's never anything good on, is there? She chuckles. I guess not. Maybe we could watch a movie? I've got a few I think you might like. You know, that's not a bad idea. So it's settled then. Here, help me pick one out. I stand and make my way towards the TV, crouching down in front of the cabinet. Wait, where are you going? I've got a few Blu-rays in here. What is this foreign language you're speaking? We've basically got every movie ever made on TV. What do you need Blu-rays for? The collection on TV isn't that expansive. In fact, it's pretty limited. What? Are your films too good to be visible to the masses? One of them is like the third most expensive film ever made. Maybe fourth. Now, I race to movies for her, easing back into the comfort of the sofa and scooching up close. This film is really funny, but this one has remastered quality and has that lead guy you were fawning over when we watched your Cheese Fest. Second. But just so you know, I've maybe missed the first 20 or 30 minutes because someone's gotta make dinner. Oh, do you need some help or? No, dumbass. You stay put while I do all the hard work. Oh, thanks? Why? And without another word, Natsuki disappears into the kitchen. I lethargically head over to the window, giving the street one last survey. Nothing. For some kind of peace of mind, I shut the curtains. I take the disc out of its case and pop it in the Blu-ray player. I yawn as I navigate the film menu. And hit play. The opening credits begin scrolling as I hop back in place. I feel my eyelids getting heavy as I begin sinking to the couch. The stress I've undergone the past couple of days has really taken me out of it. At this point, I deserve the break. Hey, the noodles sound good. It doesn't look like we're really out of much else. Ben? Good night, Ben. We're on Wednesday, the 4th of October. I guess we're having a nightmare again. Ben isn't there, okay? He's not here, calm down! It's okay, calm down, just breathe! It's only me, okay? Just breathe. Oh, jeez. It's just me, okay? Just breathe. I wrench my eyes open. Just take it easy a sec, okay? Breathe through your nose. I do as she says. Okay, good. That's better. You're doing great. What the hell best I don't tell you. Why not? Bad dream. It's not that hard to imagine. Right. God, I'm sorry, Ben. Don't apologize. It's not your fault. She sighs. It's really best not to argue the point, so... if you say so. Why does she have to give in? Just keep breathing through your nose, slow and steady. It helps. Okay. I follow the pattern. After a moment, my heart slowly begins to ease itself. I scramble off the couch, rushing over to the window. Dipping into the curtains, I scan the street. Empty. More than that, it's dark out. What time is it even? Probably early in the morning, since it's already Wednesday. Then? I struggled to bag myself out of the curtains. Once I'm free, I turn to face her. You think maybe now was the time to tell me what's got you so... well, screaming bloody murder in your sleep and staring out the window like a madman at 5 in the morning? Let me guess. It's finally occurred to you how insane like that is. Worse. Worse? I noticed my stalling. Just get it over with. I saw him. Huh? I saw your dad. Natsuki immediately tenses up. You... in the dream? Well, yeah, but... I saw him when I was out with Sayori Monday. We were on our way back from the walk, and he just... drove past us. Oh shit. Before I can start to explain myself, Natsuki starts rushing around the room, closing all curtains, blinds, and any other avenues of entry. He didn't see you, did he? No, he looked right through us. Like you weren't even there. He had no reason to recognize us, so... Where was it? Just at the bottom of the hill. You know, the big one that leads up to the cliff top. Yeah, I know the place. That's like... what, 20 minutes away? Yeah. Wait... you sure it was him? I recognized him. I recognized the car. He was smoking, just like he was when I saw him the first time. It can't not be him. Okay. And when the hell were you planning on telling me? I was working on it. I was just... I don't know, I thought it'd be better for you. Fucking hell, of course you did it to protect me. That is so you. Ben, you can't keep shit like this from me! I'm sorry, I knew I had to tell you eventually, but I was scared. God. You do know what that means, right? It means he didn't take my running away lying down. He is out there. He is looking for me, and if I don't leave right now, he will find us! Wait, don't leave! Ben, if I stay, you'll be in as much danger as I am! Do you even know what he'd do if he found you with me? I have a pretty good idea. Just hear me out here, okay? I need you to think logically about this. Hey! Fine. So, say you leave. Where do you go? Much as I hate to say it, there is nowhere else, is there? There is my mom's family, but too far away? Yeah. Now, there are only two solutions. Either we stay holed up in here for a month, or we go to the police. Her eyes widen. No! Absolutely not! Hey, you're the one preaching to me about how dangerous the man is. How we go straight to the people whose job is to lock up scumbags like him? I've said it a million times, Ben, and I'll say it again. They will not do a damn thing! I will get dragged to the system, the trauma, all of that, all over again! For nothing. They can't just do that. They didn't play by the rules and help me when I was 10, so why would I expect them to now? Listen, I'm sorry it happened before. But it's this, or he finds us, right? I just don't get it. You don't need to get it. You just need to listen for me for once. Understand the fear. Really, I do. But that man is putting your life in danger, and I'm scared that you're not getting the help you need because you're afraid of actually making him face the consequences of his actions. I already told you why I'm not doing. It's not good enough, Natsuki. Oh, fuck you, Ben! You call the police, you might as well walk me straight back home. It is a death sentence. Alright, fine. Let's assume no cops. What now? She thinks it over for a moment. Just give me enough time to pack. Maybe I can get to my mom's family. How are you planning to do that? Aren't they like on the other side of the country? I don't know! God! She shakes her head, racking it for ideas. I don't know. Listen. Do you want something to eat? Take a few minutes to try and calm down. Do I want... You know what? Sure. It's better than going around the circles like this. I nod, entering the kitchen. Cereal again. 2 bowls, pour, jug of milk, pour. Breakfast comes and goes without a word. I take my bowl and stack it atop the other unwashed dishes. Natsuki does the same before trudging back to the living room. I follow, taking a seat next to her. I'm thankful for the break. But I still have something to confess. Can I be honest with you, Natsuki? Oh, now you're being honest. Okay, I'm sorry, shoot. Everything seemed so clear at first. I thought I had everything under control. But now it's like I can't go a second without imagining how everything will go wrong. And now I dragged you into it and Hey, wait! Look, I know She trails off, then coughs. This whole thing might be a mess, but it's our mess. If anything, we dragged each other into this, so don't try to put the blame on yourself. Just don't give stuff like that for me again. Of course. Total transparency from here on out. Right. And it goes both ways. Because we're gonna get nowhere if we keep hiding stuff from each other. Especially stuff like this. Yeah. Natsuki, after a moment, slowly leans over, resting her head on my shoulder. I gently stroke her hair and reciprocate, holding her. We stay like this for a silent moment, a passing comfort amidst storming thoughts. Natsuki sighs. What do we do, Ben? Well, you already know our options. Either we wait out until you turn 18, or you try your best to travel 400 or so miles to get to your mom's family, or I sigh. Yeah. You wanted me to be honest, I'm being honest. But no matter what, I'm with you. Really. Really. I'm telling you, we've only got 32 days to go. So we just have to keep our heads down until November. Then there'd be no chance the cops would send you back like they did before. Okay, that sounds like a plan. I'm sure it's a given, but that means no school. Oh yeah. Just we have to try and keep up with our work. We're gonna take a hit no matter what, but it might help. Of course. And hey, we might be able to make it something fun. I think the fun fact depends on the subject, but yeah, I'd like that. She sighs. I love you, Ben. I love you too. And I'm sorry for not telling you. Well, it's out there now. I yawn as she reaches for the TV remote but holds off. Ben, you should try and get some sleep. Like, actual sleep. You look pretty desperate for it. You sure? I can hold down the fort here. Though, can I borrow your phone? Why? I'm gonna talk to Sayori. Tell her we won't be going to school for the foreseeable future. Oh, sure. I'd hand her my mobile. There's a charger cable down back of the TV somewhere. Down the back of the TV somewhere. It's a relief to have finally gotten it off my chest, but I tried to push the whole horrible affair out of my mind. For now, I need to sleep. Hey, Sayuri.